Back again with the second half of my latest weekend league recap, which is of course the fourth week of March and the penultimate weekend of the month. As you may or may not have saw in the first half, I did finish on 20 wins and the one loss, so anything other than a perfect second half could leave me in a bit of trouble when it comes to qualifying. So anyway, let's see how it goes. So as you can imagine, on Sunday morning I was not in the best of spirits at all. I couldn't get the penalties loss off my mind at all. I was annoyed about the fact I'm not going to be able to go 40-40, and I'm also nervous because I know if I lose one more, I am in big trouble. I suppose if I'm honest with myself though, I wasn't actually playing that well at all. I was struggling through a lot of my games. I'm used to winning, a lot of my weekend league games by 3 and 4-0, but in this, the first half of this weekend, I was struggling. I was winning a lot of games by 1 goal, having to keep it in the corner and stuff, which isn't like me. And as you can see, I had another game where, I was struggling a little bit, 1-1 at half time. However, straight from the kick-off though, I pressure him with Pogba, he gets slipped through, and guess what finish is coming up? Yeah, bottom corner, driven shot. Goal almost every single time. And then so at the 70th minute, Modric plays Team of the Year Ronaldo, smashes it into the top corner, which is pretty much what Team of the Year Ronaldo will do every time he gets a free shot on the edge of the box. And that was all this guy could take. Next opponent was another guy who, if you offered him penalties from the get-go, he would have snapped your hand off. He had no intention of attacking me. All he wanted to do was get as many men behind the ball as possible, as you can see here. However, I think I've learned my lesson here because I do manage to keep calm, just pass, work it nicely, wait for the right moment, give it to Modric, driven shot across, and a tap-in for Ronaldo, which gives us 1-0 lead. Against a player like this, once you've scored, it's pretty much game over. But just a few minutes later, take it off him in his own half, like I always do. Bale smashed it across goal, and that was actually Bale's 1000th goal for my club. Usually when you come up against a team like this, more times than not, I'd say about 9 times out of 10, the guy you're playing will be pretty good. To have a team like that, you're looking at having to finish top 100 or at least elite most weeks. However, this guy was an exception to this, as he didn't have a shot on target at all. I don't think it was just constantly, just me against him. He had, the team, about 3 or 4 Team of the Year players, but he didn't create anything, didn't get anywhere near my goal. It was a pretty easy game, if I'm honest. As you've just seen, doing what I usually do, pressure on the ball, Marcelo Berber spin into Pogba, bottom corner, and it was a pretty simple win considering the team that he had. The team I hate coming up against most in FIFA 17 is without doubt a Serie A team. There's so many overpowered players and so who are relatively cheap, in comparison to, the Premier League, the La Liga, the Bundesliga, and it's because of the lack of interest really in the Italian league. You can make a pretty awesome Serie A team and not spend half as much as you would if you were making a team of a similar level in the Premier League. Now what I'm going to show you here is how quickly I break when I get the ball back when someone's thrown a lot of men forward. As you've just seen, pick it up with Ramos, then straight away driven pass into my first striker, into the calm, then through ball into the space behind, use the shielding button to throw Manolas off, which is not easy to do by the way, then Griezmann outside of the foot shot into the top corner. But this guy was a pretty decent player and he completely sliced me open. A bit of skill dribbling, good through ball, smashed it in with Dybala. Nothing I could have done really, it was just a good goal. Now what I'm showing you here is what I do every time I'm winning by 1 goal at the end of a game, in a competitive game or in FUT Champions. Some people, might not agree with this, might criticise it, say, it's time wasting, it's, not right, but it wins games. Another thing I really don't enjoy coming up against is this formation, the 4-3-3, I think it is, the 4-3-3 defend. It is really hard to get past, and especially when you play how I do with my high pressure, my high pressing. Leaving space in behind like that for Suarez is not the best idea. Luckily though, I do what I pretty much always do from the kick-off, run up the wing, few passes inside, really well worked, smash it across goal, driven shot into the bottom corner, and we're straight back in the game, which is exactly what I needed to do, when I'm coming up against, the 4-3-3 defend. Now what you've just seen there is one of the best bits about having Team of the Year Marcelo at left back. His passing and just all round game is so good. That must have been like a 60-yard pass he played down the wing, and Alisson worked it inside, first hand ball onto Ronaldo, and it's 2-1 before half time. Now as you can see here, picking up with Bale, into the box, stop the ball dead, as usual, back to Griezmann, bit of a lucky finish, but we'll take it, and it's 3-1 in a game where, wasn't making that many chances. Sadly for me though, straight from the kick-off he wins a corner, takes a shot, works it inside, not sure what I could have done here. Vidal, his normal Vidal somehow outmuscles Team of the Year Ramos. Not quite sure how that works, but yeah, and he was straight back into the game. However though, 80th minute when he did have to start pushing forward, he leaves space in behind, which is exactly what Team of the Year Ronaldo wants to see. Play him through, finesse shot, open his body up, 4-2, and it's game over. Now I was not looking forward to going over the highlight of this game. As you just saw looking at his team there, he does have the team of the group stage Farman in goal. Now there were two keepers in this game that I think for some reason EA have just completely broken. One is Butland, one is team of the group stage Farman. I've lost track of the amount of games I've had against both of these where every single time, I go through every single one-on-one, shots from distance, anything, they just get something on and push on the post. And I'm picking up Ewan Greaves and Berber sprint into Ronaldo, another Berber sprint, sends Boateng to buy him some bread and milk, and of course the team of the group stage Farman makes the save from the team, Ronaldo's finesse shot. Now yet again working it well, Bale makes the run, driven shot, guaranteed goal, you think, no. Of course, team of the group stage Farman saves yet again. So trying to look with a long shot into the top corner, no, Farman tips it round the post. Now here, he almost gets in my half for the second time in the game, but no, I take it off him. Keep the ball with Griezmann, into Pogba, into Bale, and we are finally going to get past team of the group stage Farman with a good low shot, leaving the half-time stats looking like this. 10 shots to 1, and he'd only been in my half once. But you can imagine what happened the second time he crossed the halfway line. Bullshit rebound off Smalling, into Lukaku's feet, runs forward, puts him 2-1 up, and at this point I'm thinking I'm in serious danger because if I lose one more, I could be falling out of the top 10. But bit of luck here, bit of a strange goal with Suarez, managed to get it under control, flicks it past the keeper and takes it into extra time when, no prizes for guessing what happens with his third shot. No complaints here, no bullshit or rebounds, good goal, but at this point it was like 15 shots to 3 and I was 3-2 behind, and at this point I just completely lost my head. I'm charging at him, defending like an idiot, he squares it across, it's 4-2, and without Farman's being, I'm not hopeful of getting it back. And there was just one more chance for Farman just to upset me one more time. Mertens one-on-one, Farman of course tips it over, and that was my second loss of the week. And if you think my penalties loss hit me hard, that latest loss against team of the group stage Farman hit me a lot harder. Just them losses when you have so many more chances, and you have so much more of the ball, so much more of the game, and you still somehow manage to lose when you feel everything's against you, are really hard to take, especially, in a qualifying season, when every loss is so vital, and things like that can end up costing you, a place at regional tournaments. Now, if there was ever a goal conceded that summed up my weekend league, it was this one here. Walker knocks into Ramos, who then tries to, win the ball, slides in and puts his Dele Alli clean through, brings him back into the game out of absolutely nothing. And when that goes in, I'm thinking to myself, if he gets an equaliser here, I'm actually done. Luckily though, 82nd minute, ball comes back to Marcelo after taking the corner, ball roll, dribbling into the box, passes it across, and it's game over. So, into the final game of the weekend, 2 losses already. I knew I really couldn't afford to lose this game. And luckily for me, I do get a bit of luck here. Ball falls to Bale. I try to hit, a driven shot. He hits a normal shot, which is quite low, goes in off the post. Not complaining though after what's happened to me. As you can see, a very well worked goal into Suarez. First time through ball to Team Di Ronaldo, who's making the run. And early on, it's 2-0. However, though, he scores a bit of a Danny Taylor goal here. He pressures me high at the field, wins the ball, driven pass into the box, and Pogba finishes it. It makes it 2-1 just before half time. But what do you think I do from the kickoff? Run up the wing, pass it inside, pass it through Ronaldo, make it 3-1 just a second before half time, and that was actually the last action of this game. And this is how it left things looking on the leaderboards. As you can see, 60th place for the week, 38 wins, not the best skill rating, pretty disappointing overall if I'm honest, but he's the more important thing. And as you can see, despite dropping 2 games, due to, you know, my main competitors also losing 2 games. I didn't actually lose that much ground, and it's still all in my hands going into the final week. That is the end of my latest weekend league recap. As you've just seen, despite them 2 rather unfortunate losses, you know, my fate is still in my own hands. A 40 out of 40 will guarantee me a place, and also a 39 out of 40 will give me, you know, a 99% chance. So 39 wins next week should do it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below and let me know if you think I'm going to make it. And I'll see you in my next video in 1 or 2 days' time.